Hi Jackson, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Awesome. Well, today we are going to learn about how to plan before we write an expository paragraph. So remember, an expository paragraph explains or gives information about a topic. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it's like explaining something instead of actually like telling a random story.
Yeah, exactly. So when we plan our writing, it's like building a blueprint before we start building a house. It keeps everything super organized and it makes the writing part easier. We want that. So this right here on the screen is called a planning sheet for expository writing. We're going to fill it out together today and to organize our ideas before we write. Are you ready?
Yeah, all right. Let's do it.
All right. So the first part, I'm going to do it. And then the next part, we're going to do it together. And then the last part, you're going to do it. All right. So first, our prompt is explain why learning about different cultures is beneficial for students. So we're going to write that in here. And then let's think. Now we need to think of the main idea or the central point of our paragraph. So, what's the main point I want my reader to understand? Hmm. I'm going to say that learning about different cultures is beneficial to students because it helps them become more understanding and open-minded. Now, we need some supporting details to support our main idea. So let's start thinking of some supporting details. My first supporting detail is I'm going to put students gain appreciation for differences and similarities among people. And now we're going to provide an example or an explanation for that first detail. So we can put something like, they might learn about different holidays, foods, or customs, which people help them understand other people's lives. Oops. Then we need our second supporting detail. I'm going to say something like, it helps students become more respectful and avoid misunderstandings. Then we're going to go into our explanation. And I'm gonna put something like learning about others' beliefs or traditions helps students show respect in real life situations. All right, now we're down to our last supporting detail. So our third one can be something like it prepares students for future careers by teaching them to work with people from all different backgrounds. And then lastly, our explanation could be something like in many jobs, people work with others around the world, so learning about cultures can help them communicate. Then, after we put in all of that stuff, now we're going to write our conclusion. And our conclusion is just a clothing thought that restates our main idea. So I could put something like, studying other cultures helps students grow into more compassionate, informed individuals. So that's our full plan. So we fill this up. We have a clear main idea, three supporting details, and examples that go with it. And then we were able to create our conclusion.
Oh, okay. So I like how it kind of connects back to the very first sentence.
Yeah, exactly. So every part supports the main idea, which is exactly what we want. All right, now we're gonna do the one where we do it together. So I'm gonna give us the prompt. Our new prompt says, explain why recycling is important for the environment. Now, Jackson, what do you think the main idea could be?
Mm. It can be about how recycling is important because it helps our planet stay clean.
Hmm, that's a really great start. Let's make it a little more detailed. How about something like this? Recycling is important for the environment, which could also be the world, because it helps conserve natural resources and reduces pollution. This just gives us more fluff to our main idea. Now we get to go to the good part. We get to do our supporting details and explanations. So, what could one supporting detail be about how recycling is important for the environment?
Well, if our main idea is about how it conserves resources,
Mm-hmm.
a supporting detail can be that it cuts down on the use of trees. So it protects our forests and wildlife.
Very nice. I love that idea. So, we can write down it reduces the need to cut down trees, protecting our forests and wildlife. Perfect. Then we need an explanation for that. So let's provide an example for our first detail. What do you think we could say?
Mm. Well, when we recycle paper, that helps use less trees.
Yeah, definitely. We can say something like, when we recycle paper and other things, fewer trees are cut down, which protects animals' homes. Beautiful. Let's move on to our second supporting detail. So what's another detail for why recycling is important for the environment?
Mm. I know that it helps conserve energy and water so that it helps create new products, like new things.
Yeah, definitely. I love that idea. So we can write conserves energy and water used to create new products. Perfect. And what's a great explanation that we can use for this?
We can say something like how making things from materials that are recycled use less energy than making them from scratch.
That's a great explanation. So making items from recycled materials use less energy than making them from scratch. Perfect. All right, we're on to our last supporting detail. Do you have any ideas?
I'm trying to think back about how we have those landfills that are like super gross.
Mm,
Something that it reduces trash in landfills, which reduces trash.
that is a great idea. We can put reduces waste in landfills and oceans, decreasing population, and it helps sea animals in their home. What is a good explanation for that? Why do we need to do this?
Um, because it keeps trash out of the ocean, which can also help protect the fish.
Yeah. the marine life and everything that lives there. Definitely. I love that. All right, last but not least, we are on to our conclusion. We're going to restate the main idea and summarize the importance of the topic. What do you think that we could write? How should we wrap it up with a conclusion?
Mm. You can say like recycling protects the planet and it makes it healthier.
Perfect. Let's write that down. So we have recycling protects the planet and ensures a healthier future. All right, that's our completed outline. How do you feel about this one?
It felt a little bit easier this time since I knew what to put for each part.
Exactly, and that's the goal. So once you know the structure, then the ideas start flowing. And then it'll be easier to write when it's time to write it out. Last, you get to do it all by yourself. So our topic or our prompt is explain why it's important to exercise regularly. I'll have you take 10 minutes to work quietly. I'll be right here if you need any help, but I want you to try it on your own first, okay?
Okay.
Do 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 do. He has been working silently, writing his own planning sheet. Fast forward to the future. All right, Jackson, let's take a look at what you came up with.
Okay.
So, our prompt was to explain why it's important to exercise regularly. What was your main idea for this?
Um, Exercising regularly is important because it improves physical health, boosts mental well-being, and increases energy.
Beautiful. I love it. So now, what was your supporting detail, your first one?
My first supporting detail was it strengthens muscles, bones, and heart, reducing risk of illness.
That I love that. And what's your example or your reasoning?
My example was that exercise helps keep your body strong and prevents diseases.
Definitely. Good point. And now on to your second supporting idea. It looks like it releases endorphins and improves mood and reducing stress. That is a perfect supporting detail. And then what was your explanation on that?
When people exercise, they feel happier and more relaxed.
I definitely do. I agree with that. And last but not least, what is your third supporting detail?
It increases energy levels, making people more productive.
Mm-hmm.
And
Definitely.
then my example was that exercise helps people feel more awake and focused during the day.
Perfect. Those are amazing supporting details, and you did a great job explaining them and providing examples. Lastly, how did we finish this up? How did we make a conclusion for our prompt, our main idea?
That exercising regularly maintains a healthy body and a positive attitude outlook on life.
That's awesome, Jackson. You included everything within our planning sheet, and I saw a clear main idea, strong supporting details and explanations. You did great today. So, also a very thoughtful conclusion. So let's review what we did today. So we learned how to fill out this planning sheet before we start an expository paragraph. We practiced finding the main idea, listing supporting details with explanations, and finishing off with that conclusion. How did this help for you at all?
I thought it really helped me know what to actually write about and how to plan it.
Definitely. Excellent. So next time we'll use one of these outlines to write a full paragraph. You did excellent job today. I'm really proud of your effort.
Thank you.